Hey everyone, like you guys know if you follow me on Instagram, I had a fever for about 4 days and then I started getting a really bad toothache. And so I went to the dentist, found out that my wisdom tooth was coming in and the molar in front of it was infected. So they decided to pull it out. So the first day I was feeling better. I had taken, almost a week off from recording, and then I find out my tooth is infected, so I get it pulled and I can't talk for another week. And so sorry for not recording for so long, and thank you guys for being patient. I know it seems like I'm sick a lot, which I do get sick a lot, but my mouth is still hurting really bad, but I got to get a story out for you guys. So, I hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you. Number 1. This happened one night when I was maybe 10 or 12 years old. I had trouble falling asleep. Now, my bedroom was the entire top floor of our house, with my bed and such being on the left side, and storage closets and a play area being on the right. I was lying in bed when I heard a noise from the other side of the room, and I see our rocking horse begin to rock. It was sitting just outside one of the storage closet doors. It proceeded to rock its way halfway across the room and stopped dead under the ceiling light. At this point, I was freaking out and just buried my head under blankets. I never peeked out again until it was morning. Number 2. Before I was born, my father and mother had a small apartment together. My mother told me once she went in the basement and saw a woman standing at the base of the steps, just staring up at her. And then she just vanished. Then my father was in the shower. It's one with a sliding glass door that you can barely make out what's on the other side, when a large figure walked up to the other side of the glass and banged on it, making it blow out. My mother found him in the fetal position in the shower, covered in glass, and no one was around. That last one made them move out. He confirmed it happened, but doesn't like to talk about it. He's relatively a tough dude, so for something to scare him that much means a lot. Somewhere in between those two occurrences, they came home to find absolutely everything moved over about an inch. They realized this because they weren't very good at dusting. Number 3. This happened when I was about 14. I was sitting by myself in my living room, playing some Halo, when I noticed that the room around me seemed oddly quiet. I paused the game and tried to listen. It was strange. My house was very old and usually made some odd creaking noises from somewhere nearby. Not now, though. It was dead quiet. I felt strange, but not threatened. There was nothing really sinister about the silence. I sat for a few more minutes, just listening. It almost felt peaceful, actually. Then, suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder, very lightly and briefly. But even today, I still remember the distinct feeling of a hand on my shoulder. I don't know if it really scared me, nor did I jump up in surprise. It actually felt familiar, like a presence that I recognized, maybe family. I mentioned the experience to my mom, and she told me she had the same experience. only it was one room over. She says she felt her father's presence with a hand on her shoulder.
Number 4.
When I was 17, I went to my mate's house for some beers for his birthday. I probably only had about 4 or 5 drinks. Come the early hours of the morning, probably around 2 or 3 a.m., I head out to the kitchen for a drink of water. I pour myself a drink, turn around and take a sip, and as I'm swallowing, I swear I heard footsteps. The ground in the entire room is made up of tile, so I hold my drink down and listen for a few seconds. Next thing I know, I hear fast footsteps in front of me, running towards me, and suddenly a huge cold breeze blew right through me at that point. I just freaked out and ran back to the bedroom. I ended up waking my friend up and telling him what happened. We listened and could hear odd sounds, bangs and bumps. It was coming from out there, but nothing out of the ordinary after that really ever happened. I'll still always remember it. It gives me goosebumps just writing this.
Number 5.
Me and some friends had just graduated high school and wanted to do something fun now that we had some free time. We ended up going camping on this Native American land in California. Well, we spent like 2 days there and then packed up to go home. On our way out of the area, my friends and I start joking around about the natives and saying things like, "Oh, we better drive faster before they shoot us with their arrows," and bullshit like that. Then, out of nowhere, our car hits a bump as if we just ran something over. We stop and try to see if we may have hit an animal, and then we see it. It was like some fucked up, skinny, long-legged coyote. We started looking at each other, debating on what we should do, and then the coyote starts getting up, and we see its real size. That shit was massive. So my friends and I are already shitting our pants at this moment. We decide to get back in the truck and fly the fuck out of there. Then we saw what we still don't bring up today. While leaving the scene, me and the driver and our 2 friends in the back scream and shout, "Oh my fucking god, get us out of here! Get us out of here now!" The driver and I check our mirrors, and the coyote was fucking walking off in the distance on its fucking hind legs. We jammed faster out of that creepy ass land, didn't say a word till we got back on the freeway. To this day, I still think we might have just been seeing things, but it looked and felt so real, and I don't think all of us could have been imagining. This is the worst thing I can remember when it comes to shit like this.
Number 6.
I took a picture on my old webcam, and I noticed there was a black humanoid-looking figure standing right behind me. It absolutely scared the shit out of me. And some other strange occurrences have happened since. I have a black cat, and it was walking into the room, and then I swear I saw it morph into a shadow of a human in one of the bedrooms. I went in, and my cat wasn't in there. The weirdest thing is, I don't know if this was real or not. I went downstairs, and all of my cabinets were wide open, and the front door was also wide open. I was home alone.